Hey guys, what's up? How are you? I haven't filmed in a while. Obviously, as you see, this isn't Crimea or Russia, although, how would you see that? This is like really, this looks exactly like Crimea and Russia, dude. Oh my god. But this city is located in Vietnam. The name of the city is Nha Trang or Nha Trang, however you want to call it. Like visually, really, you won't be able to tell the difference. This is like Sochi or Adler or whatever. Yeah, this is the most Russian city in the whole of Vietnam. Look at that, man. It's like 90% of the population of this city is Russian based, whether Ukrainian or Kazakh or Russian. In fact, this is what Sochi is supposed to look like. I mean, really, in an ideal Russian world, this would be Sochi with the prices they have here, which are like 3 times lower than the prices in other Sochi. So that's why, obviously, all the Russian folks are heading up here. It's cheap. Now, the place I got myself, I've been here for about 2 weeks. You know what I'm paying? I'm paying about 200 USD a month. What do you think about that? 200 USD a month, dude. I mean, stuff can't really get cheaper. Of course, I can't call it an ideal flat. You know, it's pretty basic, but still, somewhere in Sochi to probably pay for a day something like that. I wouldn't say I am a particular fan. You might ask what I'm doing in Nha Trang or Nha Trang, how I got here in the first place. Well, this is a long story. Come along. So, as you know, my last video was out of Russia, where I challenged myself and asked myself about my personal self-identity. I shared with you some of my thoughts, and I was like, dude, I don't know who I am anymore. I feel like every identity I have is temporary, Russian, American, whatever. Just leading a nomadic lifestyle pretty much all my life since I was 6 years old. Yeah, that was what, like a month ago? After that, I went to Uzbekistan, Tashkent, and now I'm in Vietnam, Nha Trang. So the problem is, I have no idea, how do you develop and grow a YouTube channel with habits like this? Does anybody know? I have no idea. Because the name of the game is consistency, right, guys? It's like, you gotta stay consistent. The first videos I had were from Crimea, then I disappeared, then they were from Ufa, now I'm in Vietnam. As soon as you get used to me being in Vietnam, and obviously lots of folks probably are gonna unsubscribe, I'll be somewhere else. Dang, so yeah, I don't think I have a future in what you might call a YouTube career with these nomadic habits of mine. Because, you know, you really gotta stay consistent with your location, with your, with your viewers, because some of you are interested in Russia, obviously, some in Crimea, some in maybe Vietnam. I have no idea, dude. Anyway, I'm just going along. Since I'm already here, I gotta tell you something about the city. As you already know, lots of Russian, I wouldn't say fled here. I mean, obviously like 80%, 90% of the people are just vacationing. But you got some expats who really relocated here, I guess, maybe due to the war or in fear of potential mobilization. Dude, you gotta cross the street here, and it's like the most dangerous thing every time. Look at that. Even the cops themselves, they are ready to fucking kill you, dude. Yeah, this is Asia, baby, with all of its marvelous collectivism. You know, the name of the channel is Soviet Residue, and this is Soviet Residue. Let me see. I mean, if you saw a flag of Vietnam, you'd know what I'm talking about. See? That's Soviet residue, almost. Does it remind you of something? Yes, that's right. Vietnam is a communist country. Well, officially, at least. And it's ruled by a communist party. Would you believe that, looking at this place? This is stuff that Trotsky and Lenin dreamed of. No, I'm just kidding. Well, maybe they did. I don't know. To me, this is as capitalist as it gets, really. Dude, everything, you gotta pay for everything. Like, there's a toilet. It's cheap, but still, you gotta pay for it. Public toilet. And then we're gonna go to the beach, check it out. Anyway, so, as I was saying, I'm not a particular fan of Nha Trang. I'm just kind of chilling here. This is like you know, every place almost feels accidental, to be honest with me. It's like I lost my identity long ago, so just another city, whatever. I'd probably go to Da Nang, but Da Nang is twice as expensive. It has a different vibe. It's more like a international, you know, like global expat scene vibe type of thing. This is like a local, I would say, version of Sochi or Adler. Like an embassy of Sochi or something. I'll show you the beach, and you can compare it to the Yalta beach, actually. So this is a hedonistic Russian paradise. What else do you need if you are Russian? Just a bench with a sea view, a can of beer, pack of cigarettes. At least it has sand. And not like that Pebble Beach in Crimea. Lots of people, dude. This place is packed and jammed. Look at this, a Soviet paradise. Isn't it? I'll get a little closer to the beach, and you're gonna see how many people this place has. There you go. Oh, the classic triangular swimsuit or whatever, underpants that the Soviet men wear. Yeah, this is a modern Soviet classic. So this is Nha Trang. I mean, it's a pretty cool place, pretty chill place, I guess. But it, you know, the vibes it has is just, you get it anyway. Not exactly my thing, I would say. So I'm just sort of passing by. Probably stick around for another 2 weeks. And then I gotta figure out what I want to do with my life. Because I have no freaking idea, guys. You might ask me why I left Russia. Well, it's complicated. Or maybe it's not. Maybe it's not. Yeah, this is as Russian as it gets. This is like Yalta vibes 1984. Although you got the Ritz-Carltons and all the major international hotel chains, and you got everything else. Of course, cheap beer, cheap eat-outs, you know, I mean, it's a decent place if you don't mind the Russians. It's not that I mind them, it's just, I mean, seems like I didn't even leave Russia. What's the point of, going somewhere? Never understood that, to be honest. Just going to see other places and sticking among your own all the way. There's no novelty in that. Like, you know what I mean? I guess that's what I'm trying to say. Doesn't have to do anything with politics. Just no novelty for me here. The number one thing is it's cheap. And at this point, it just makes sense financially for me the most. But I'll probably split to Da Nang or something like that. We'll see. You gotta be careful with all the small robberies here, though. You might get your bag snatched while you go out for a swim if you leave it unattended. What do you guys think of this place? I think it reminds me of like Chita or Saratov. But you just gotta imagine you're somewhere in Samara looking at Volga River. Otherwise, it's a pretty nice place. Has lots of greenery. And yeah, greenery and ocean. I guess I gotta talk about the reasons I left Russia for a bit. Well, to be honest, it became somewhat unbearable and uncomfortable for me in terms of all the internet restrictions and social media bans and all that stuff, just overall sort of, I guess, like the psychological climate just got to me in a sense. Well, I thought I might, take a break. Whenever you have something toxic, you gotta put some distance between you and the subject, right? So that's what I decided to do, just leave some distance between myself and Russia for now. Yeah, and just see how it goes. So I don't have a, fixed, like a time set, how long I'm gonna be absent. Maybe I'll be back in a week, maybe in a month, maybe in a year. I'm going strictly by my financial, capabilities and my financial reality. I'm not in a hurry. So if any of you are, how would I say it? Oh, there you go. The Soviet triangular swim attire on men. Yeah, that's a classic, always gets to me. Anyway, yeah, as I was saying, so I know a lot of you folks will probably be, well, disappointed with me because you signed up for Russia and stuff like that. I'm really sorry, I'm not a professional vlogger. And I guess consistency is my problem. There's no consistency to my life at all. And like I told you folks in the beginning, I was never about the politics. I was always going by the vibes, by the emotion, by the feeling sort of I had. I was never into any kind of ideology. So at this point, I got a little tired of Russia, right? Let's put it this way. and with all the bullshit. So I think I need a break from that. So go ahead and hit that unsubscribe button if you are into politics, if you are, a firm Putin believer and stuff like that. I don't care about politics. I don't care about ideology. I just fill my life. I just share my thoughts. Okay? I wish for this conflict to end. I wish Ukraine and Russia would live in peace. So I'm not into that tribal mentality, okay? So that was a little bit of Nha Trang Beach. It spans for like miles all along the city. And at every section, it's packed. It's packed, man. The humidity now in July is brutal. August, July are probably the hottest months. It's freaking brutal. Okay, let's go. I don't know why they can't put any headlights, you know. It seemed logical, but this is Asia, you know what I mean? Sort of Asia. Where in these type of collective systems, they optimize. So your individual comfort is not the priority. Let's just put it that way. They optimize. You gotta flow. You gotta go with the flow. The more people cross, the more cars pass. So, these systems, they go for efficiency, not your comfort. Not your individual space. This is Southeast Asia. But this is a really interesting city. It's sometimes it reminds me of San Francisco, actually. I know it sounds crazy, but some of the streets, although, like I said, all these people are Russian, all the signs are in Russian. I'm not sure. Even if it's illegal, like these people are selling SIM cards, excursions, like see here. Is it? I have no idea, dude. So there you go. 100 years of communist rule. Do you think Lenin would be proud? Is this what the Soviets dreamt about? But I mean, overall, the place is pretty cool. Has all the restaurants. The locals are nice. Hectic, of course. Chaotic, but nice. Yeah, they're nice. The weather is brutal, like I said. The food is great. You might get killed by a scooter. And by the way, I've seen, like during these 2 weeks, I've already seen two people get hit by a scooter. And they're just lying on the ground, like waiting for the ambulance to arrive. And these people don't give a shit. One guy hit a lady and just drove away, you know what I mean? Other than that, I mean, it's a pretty cool place. Yeah, nice. And here's a little life hack. If you are like solo, if you're looking for, I would say, a girlfriend or something, and you want to look somewhere in the post-Soviet Union space, like you want yourself a Russian girl, this is the place to come. Like there are lots of Russian girls. So if you're a foreigner, or if you're like an immigrant living somewhere in the US, you don't need any, dating services. Just come to Nha Trang. You're going to be pleasantly surprised at how many girls there are here. Whew. The heat is getting brutal, man. Whew. Okay, I'm going to go home. You can come along if you want. I'll show you the place I rented. You got all these Russian restaurants. Oasis Vkusov, the oasis of taste. Oasis restaurant. Wow, halal. And guys, please let me know. I would really appreciate it if I should film like this vlog, my life, even though I'm not in Russia anymore. I mean, would it make sense? Would you watch it? If it's not too much trouble, can you just like drop a comment or something? Because yeah, starting a Russia vlog, that wasn't the best idea. Look at these Russian monsters, bears. Yeah, starting a Russia-based blog was not a good idea, I guess. Or Ukrainian or any other for that matter. I'm just constantly moving. I don't know my next chapter in life. So I keep renaming the channel. Now it's just Soviet residue, whatever that's supposed to mean. Maybe I am myself the #1 Soviet residue. I don't know. Look at these dudes, man. How come they're not taking part in the special military operation? Look at them. Oh, these testosterone Russian monsters, you know? Hey, I'll tell you something about a flat I got. It is cheap, but you'd be surprised. Everything is packed with tourists, and it's kind of hard actually to find a decent place to rent. Okay, kill me, please. Thank you. I just spent a day like walking the streets, asking the locals, and everything was busy. And they require like a 3 or 6 months contract. You know, not a yearly, but 3-6 months contract. And I found one place which was vacant, and the granny was just standing on the street. She's like, okay, I got one place. Somebody just vacated if you want it. She's like, I'm gonna show it to you. I'm like, okay. Of course, we use the Google Translator to communicate because, Vietnamese, they don't know English at all. Like, they don't even know sometimes yes or no. So, anyway, turns out the place is like the highest floor, and it's right under a metal roof. There isn't any isolation, and it gets really, really, really hot during the day, as you might understand. So it's like the hottest room in the apartment, and like nobody really stays there long enough. But she said you can stay for a month. I'm like, all right, sure. Why not? No problem. So they build these, like very narrow, I guess, type of houses, and they build them like several stories high. And I got one just like that. I'll show you in a bit. Oh man, it's getting so hot. Whew. Look at me. Sweating like a pig, dude. By the time you enter, you're like, I'm doomed. And then you gotta go up all these stairs to the last floor, which is again not really isolated by a normal roof. I think it's just like a metal sheet roof, which is sort of decorated inside with some just plastic panels or something. So it gets really hot. But the second room has a semi-broken AC, which I turn during... Hold on a second. which I turn on in the evening. So it's doable, it's manageable. $190 a month, come on. Okay. So, welcome to my crib. Yeah, look at that. Has a table, fridge, even a washing machine, which I don't use. It's senseless because nothing dries up. Anyway, you just give it to the laundry ladies and they wash it up and dry it up for you. So it's a mess, but sort of looks like this. Whew. Anyway, folks, share a couple of thoughts with me. Please don't go too political on me, all right? But yeah, so it is what it is. Just got really, really tired with all the crap going on lately and just decided to split. So my first stop naturally is Nha Trang. Well, one of the main reasons being it cost me like $200 from Tashkent to Nha Trang. I got a charter flight for $200. Plus, as you see, everything is very affordable, you know. And then we'll see where we go from here. I have no idea, to be honest. I have no idea, dude. I'm a little lost at this point in life, even with like, anyway, yeah. Thanks for watching.